All right, welcome back. Glad you're still with us. This is New Day on Feel Good Friday. Quite a discussion we're having here on set before we came on air, but thank you very much for sticking with us. And today, like we said, our focus will be on red flags in relationships and identifying red flags in relationships. And you know, we always talk about red flags all the time. I mean, everybody by now, I'm sure, knows the term red flags. But do we really know what they mean? And are there things that are considered red flags, like red flags? And are there that are considered just flaw? That's maybe, you know, they'll change later on, all right? So we have counselors today on set and very energetic and very excited to be here, and we're so excited again to have them. So to help us understand easy red flags, you know, and what do we do once we identify some of these red flags in a relationship? And I asked you this question: what are some of the red flags that probably you saw in your relationship, and either you chose to ignore or you held on to that hope that maybe this person will change, and then they never changed? Okay, what are some of those? Feel free to share with us your story on 0791 478 990 or send us an SMS on 40920 just in case you call in. The lines are busy, but please, when you call in, try as much as possible and put your TV on mute or turn down the volume so that we can communicate very well. But if you're not able to do so, then feel free to use our WhatsApp number 0777672230. All the numbers are down on your screen. Use whatever platform you feel is convenient for you, and let's talk. Okay, let's have this discussion. So our guests for the day, we have Catherine Mwati, who is a counselor, and Jen Waithera as well, a counseling psychologist. Ladies, it's a ladies' affair today on set, but it's so good to see you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
You've been well since we last saw each other?
Yeah.
You are well. Okay. So red flags. First of all, let's just start with, I think, just relationships in general, right? Where whether we're dating, ndo tumepatana tu, and then a week later, or even on the actual day of upon us meeting, because there's so many things that we can pick from a person after you meet them. And then you see these things, I don't like this about this person, but you just met them, so you can't really judge them as much. But let's say you've decided to go into a relationship with this person. What constitutes a healthy relationship? I think let's just start from there, and then we'll talk about the red flags. And Catherine, I'll start with you. In terms of, so what constitutes a healthy relationship, really? And is that word relative? Because there's some people who will say, but what I consider healthy in this relationship might not be what someone else considers healthy in their relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Winnie, and good to see you after the break.
Good to see you too.
Yeah. Starting with, okay, what is a healthy relationship? It's relative, as you have put it, because a healthy relationship, I would say, it is one that which meets the needs of what I'm looking for in a relationship. Okay. Is it love? Is it being understood? Is it having a companion, you know, a confidant, somebody I can walk with, you know? It's all dependent on the uniqueness of all of us. Yeah, what you need and what you feel you're looking for in that relationship. So we cannot say that these are the definition of that, though they are indicators which are there for all. Yeah, because of, you know, if you're in a relationship which is not loving, is abusive, sure, nobody is looking for an abusive relationship. So there are things which are general, but more we narrow down to the specifics of how our personally or you personally define your healthy relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know, earlier on when I was doing a research, they were saying there are like 3 C's, like the must-haves, you know, in a relationship. So let me just read it so that we can discuss and say, is this or is it not? So 1, there's communication, 2, compatibility, and 3, chemistry. So for a healthy relationship, these 3 C's must be there. Do you agree with this?
Yes, I agree. Thank you, Winnie, and nice to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. So when you talk about the 3 C's, and probably try to define what a relationship is,
yes.
I don't think there's anything as sweet as probably being loved or being in love, you know, in a nice relationship. And so in a relationship, you should actually be able to feel loved, accepted, appreciated. Talk about all the good words that you would want to talk about. And if a relationship is meeting neither of the above or whatever it is that you would want in a relationship, then you would need to pause and think, really, do I really want to get into this? Yes, and then probably those are what we will be referring to as the red flags as we continue. And it will be important for you to actually sit back and try and analyze the whole situation.
Now, here's the thing. Is there like a shift in terms of how people view relationship now versus then. Because you see, people would say compared to like the way our parents related or our grandparents related, it's different now. You know, so as counselors, in terms of how people view relationships right now, because I'm pretty sure you know engage with so many people who tell you, yeah, I wanted to be loved the way my mom was loved, or I wanted to be loved like my dad was loved, but I do not get that in this relationship. So can we talk about that now? And could we say times have changed? So how we relate with each other has changed as well.
Okay, allow me to say it is true, times have changed. And the love our parents used to talk about is not what our generation has talked about.
Yes.
And it's not the same, the same thing our children will talk about. And that's why I say the definition of being loved is as per the unique person. What has changed is our lifestyles, our way of communication, our way of connection. Like our parents, maybe the relationship was, there had to be a go-betweener. Or somebody, you know, the days of somebody identifying this is a suitable person who can make a you know, a spouse. But maybe your feelings were not considered. In our generation, we are where you identify your partner. You're identifying your partner out of what you are looking for. I want somebody to love me. I want somebody who can also love, you know. I also need somebody who can understand me, walk with me. We journey together. Our children are more on the soap operas. The love
I want to be loved like that.
like this. And is it a reality in life? So basically, what we inform about this relationship is our values and the way we've been nurtured and cultured. And it's all dependent because times have changed.
True.
Yes.
You know, someone was actually saying that back then, like during our grandmothers and you know, like grandparents and even our parents' time, there's no love. I mean, yeah, your family identifies this family. They said, yeah, you'll marry from this family. Whether you like them or not, you'll still marry them because they are a good family. Okay, and then you end up learning to love this person as you go on. But again, times have changed and we choose our partners and stuff. Okay, and Jen, if we can then dissect these 3 C's that constitute a healthy relationship. Let's start with communication, where people say, again, communication is important, right?
Yes.
But do I have to always tell you what I want, where I'm going, what I do? Like, do I have to? You know, all the time? Or does it ever get to a point where you know your partner very well, you understand your partner very well, that in as much as they do not say the words, but you know what they mean? Is there such thing as that, you know?
I don't think there is such a thing as trying to know where they are. Like, even if they don't say, you'll be making an assumption. And you could actually be making the wrong assumption.
True.
So for me, looking at maybe communication, communication is actually a two-way. And this actually starts from the time people have met. Like, how did you first communicate when you met? And it boils down to quite a number of other things. And you see, communication has actually a number of components. There's actually the person sending the message. There will be the receiver. There will probably be the channel. There's the content of whatever it is that you're communicating. And so if you open up the communication thing, then we're asking, is it clear what I have said that I want in a relationship? Is it clear according to you? You know, like I've really communicated whatever it is that I want, and I also want to ensure that my partner has also gotten what it is that I want.
I'm saying.
All right. Then if there is an issue, then we probably need to clarify with each other, and at that very point, then we'll be at par. Like we are reading from the same page, and we are saying that you really understand what puts me down or puts me off, and things like those ones. But issues of assumptions in a relationship, I think that is one of them that would actually kill a relationship, because you could actually make an assumption and someone is not even there anywhere near where your assumption is. You could be assuming that probably this person loves me, whereas hayuko hapo, you know.
You're on your own.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it is
All right.
important
It's
to
important.
really get whatever it is that you mean.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you brought up like the different components of the same.
Yes.
Because most of the time people say, but I communicated. But you see, at the end of the day, whatever you communicated, I did not receive
Really
it,
get,
you know,
yes.
what you were saying. So the
Yes.
how is very, very important, how
Very
you're
important.
communicating.
How you're communicating, and
Yeah.
also feedback is important. Like if I would tell you something, or if I would tell my partner something, then I need to really understand, did you get it from my perspective? That's the feedback that I'm talking about. So that then he will tell me, no, it is this way. Then
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, I
That is
didn't
not
mean
what
that.
I meant.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's not what I meant. I meant this.
Yeah.
And that's actually what it is about communication.
Yeah, it takes time though to
It
to,
does.
to get to that point where someone communicates and you get what they're saying,
Yes.
without necessarily having to. No, I did not mean it this way. I meant it this way.
But you see, if
you
it
know?
started early, if
Yeah.
this is instigated very early in the relationship, then it doesn't become a problem.
Yeah.
It becomes like taking a cup of tea or water, you know, like,
Yeah.
honey, I am going to this place, and if they're not satisfied, then they will ask you where, whom are you with, and blah, 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 whatever
Yeah.
it is. And because you're not biased and there's nothing wrong you're going to be doing, you just say as it is.
Yeah.
Because it is what it is.
Yeah. Or do you know what sometimes people do?
Yes.
So that you do not ask questions. So I tell you all the details. Hi, I'm here with my girls. We're at this hotel and we're doing this, and this. And then I'll come back. I'll come home at this time.
Yes.
End of story.
Yeah, so that then if he has any question,
They can still
from the
they can
other
still
end, then they
answer.
can
They
ask.
can still ask. Okay,
Yes.
all right. Second, C is compatibility,
Yes.
and here is where most people feel. Kathleen, and I want you to take this. Most people feel this is very important. We need to be compatible, but then there's some people who say, but if there's chemistry, then compatibility will work. Will work our way out. So compatibility, what does that mean, and why is it such an important component in a healthy relationship?
Okay, thank you, Winnie. Compatibility is key in a relationship.
Okay.
Because if we are from, it's like if we are from the different, we are taking different directions.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going. It will be a pull,
Push
and
and
push.
pull,
Yeah,
yeah.
push and pull all through. So when we talk of compatibility, it narrows mostly to the personalities, who we are.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and what do I love? What does he love? You know, what are my hobbies? What are his hobbies?
Okay.
Okay, do we have a common ground? You know?
All right.
Because one thing about especially the personality and the temperament, if they are really diverse, honestly,
There will be conflict.
Exactly. You be instead of complimenting each other,
Yes.
you'll be competing.
That's true.
And this is going to hurt both parties.
Yes.
You never have rest, you never have peace in that relationship. So
Okay.
compatibility is key. And even as we look for partners or as we date, for those who are dating, what are the common, common things in both of us?
In both of us.
Or, if you do an analysis, generally looking at your partner,
Yeah.
what is that? You allow yourself to do a scale of the commons and the non-commons.
Non-commons.
Yes.
Okay.
So if the non-common is too wrong,
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself.
But here's the thing. Okay, here's something that I always ask. Do we always have to like the same thing, have the same, like, do we always have to have that, like, in common for it to mean that we are compatible? Because, suppose, for instance, maybe I'm outgoing, like, this is who I am, and then my partner is the same. We will clash in that house because it's like two people who are super hyper, and it's a lot, for one partner. Or there's some people who say, boredom. I mean, you like the same things that I like. You do things the way I do. So it's like, so what's new?
You know, like what you're bringing in is
Yeah.
the element of somebody being an extrovert and the other
And
one
an
being an
introvert,
introvert.
yeah.
That works well depending with the personalities.
Yeah.
However, there is no way, Winnie, you'll be dating somebody and everything is like, I love this, he's on the contrast. You realize from the word go,
Yeah. I know.
when it
This
means,
ain't it.
is it a battleground that we are on there? No, I'm not saying that everything has to align.
Yeah.
No, and some of the things which are different, they become the strengths for each other.
Yeah.
because that's where you complement.
Yeah.
Because like if you are both extroverts, you might realize you compete for the airtime.
Yes.
However, you might realize if also the introvert, and the introvert might be there quiet, but it can also be very frustrating to the extrovert.
To the extrovert.
So this one is dependent on how you want to work with it. But the bit of compatibility, what I mean is you cannot have like contrast.
Yeah.
Everything is a contrast. There you really conflict.
There's
the areas you are going to get to realize you are flowing in very well. The areas you realize, no, this one we are not. However, not very far from each other.
Oh, yeah.
And you can grow.
And you can
grow with each
and
other.
Compromise.
That's why people seed ground.
Yeah.
You seed ground and you work on it. Yeah, you both agree to work on it.
To work on it.
Yes.
Okay, then. And then Jane, chemistry, which again people say, yeah, we have to have that thing for it to work. But then again, there's some people who I know who met, they didn't have that chemistry before, you know. But as they went on with the relationships, they learned, okay, I really like to hang out with this person, and I really like this person. You know, I love them, but I really like them. So how important is chemistry in a relationship?
I think chemistry in a relationship is actually a key component.
Okay.
As it were, you're saying that the three C's are actually very, very important. You know, chemistry is that thing, you know, that click, that the first time you see this person, even before they speak, even before they say anything, there's already like a click in you or in him, you know, that thing. And probably that is actually the underlying, that is actually what will probably form the basis. This one of probably saying that, okay, let's see if it is going to work, if we will ever have this chemistry. It will be like, no. Okay, it's like it's there, it's like it's not,
you're trying.
You know, you're trying.
Okay.
Until it gets to some point and you're like, this thing, I don't think it was even meant to be. But if there was a click from the word go, and then probably, of course, you go furnishing some of these things, you go polishing them. But if there's a click, it's a key component in a relationship. And that would probably form the basis of everything.
Of everything. Now, talking about the 3 C's, and probably one is watching us right now and thinking, so, all these have to be there. But if maybe this person, we communicate very well and we are compatible, but then there was no chemistry. I mean, can one survive without the other? Like, or can one, I don't know, like let's say one is lacking in one area, like for instance, compatibility kidogo, or we are compatible and there's chemistry, but this person communication kidogo is not good, you know? So can either of this survive without the other, or all of them have to be there for a relationship to work? Catherine, you want to take that?
Okay, thank you. You know, as you're talking, Winnie, I'm thinking, even if somebody sits there with a list, a checklist, who will attain 100%?
No one.
No one. So definitely there are areas where, whether it's communication, it will not maybe as per expectation. However, is what he has or what she has, is it workable? So that we can, you know, in a relationship, we grow with each other.
We do. That's
so,
true.
Is there somewhere we can now strike and we start growing in the communication?
Okay.
If it is compatibility, especially in the personality bit, people or couples do a lot. Why? Because we are decided this is where we want to be. So how do I want to complement and even to help the other partner grow? Because we are cultured differently. For example, and she can bear me witness, like for us who are in the counseling field, you know, we communicate because we know for us communication is key.
It's key.
So if somebody is in the counseling field and they are dating somebody who is not in that field, they will not be at the same level, isn't it? So if you go there with an expectation that they have to be at your level, you'll be frustrated or you'll be lying to yourself.
That's so true.
If it's like the chemistry, chemistry, I think that's something which you not miss really. Why? Because from the word go, what makes you meet this person and you feel like, wow, this is the person I want to, and you really want to know much more about them, isn't it? So this one, okay, not everything will be at the same level.
No.
However, what the other party has, is it something people can work on?
Okay.
Yes.
All right, and a reminder of what you said earlier on, that this is relative, you know, what I make of a healthy relationship is relative based on my needs. Maybe I want someone who is a very good communicator. If you not communicate, then no, you know, it cannot work. But for someone else, maybe compatibility is like the most important thing. So it's relative, okay? I'm seeing a couple of questions here. So before we talk or tackle your questions, again, keep calling. The number is 0791478990, or use our WhatsApp number 0777672230, or better yet, send us an SMS on 40920. And let's tackle red flags in a relationship. And talking of red flags, now that we know what constitutes a healthy relationship, so red flags, what are they? And when do we pick these red flags? And Jen, I want you to take this in terms of, so because we always talk about this, red flags here, red flags there, red flags all around us.
Yes.
But then again, what do they really mean? And the question that I asked earlier on, are there things that I considered red flags? Yani hii hapa hakuna tiku debate, hii ni red flag 100%. And are there things that might be considered, well, a flaw, and this person is just, this is just who they are. And really there's nothing much that we can do to change them.
Yeah, so red flags as it were, red, danger, you know. Something is wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
So someone is trying to raise it, and you see the way a flag goes up and down. So maybe you'll be able to pick them, then at some point they are not there. So you will probably be seeing something is really not right, or something is amiss with that relationship. And this could be probably emotionally. You know, like emotionally you're feeling all the time that you're down. You're in a relationship that you don't have peace at all. If you're emotionally down in a relationship, then you need to wake up and smell the coffee and get to understand what is it that is going on. Exactly. So if there is also some physical abuse, that's also a red flag. You know, you're taking tea somewhere in Java and coffee, and someone slaps you or does something, then you're thinking, yes, you know,
no,
or maybe something. They will shout, get to understand what is that about, because that might probably come playing big time in the end relationship. So if there is the physical, emotional, maybe even sometimes even sexual abuse, exactly, financial abuse. There are people who will not give you money.
No. And we've had so many people actually writing in and say, they say, "Mimi mnunulia, fanya hii," but then he does not reciprocate, or she does not reciprocate.
Exactly. Now, when such is happening, that's actually a red flag. And most people will not get it right. They will say, since I am probably I've gotten a nice house for them as a family, I'm providing everything. So why is she complaining, or why is he complaining? I mean, I have everything. But forgetting that relationships and being together as a couple is not about what you have. It's not about the money that you have. It's not about the big house or the big bed that you have, because you could be having a big bed, but you're not sleeping.
You're not sleeping in that bed.
Or if you sleep, there's no sleep.
No peace. You're sleeping, but you're not sleeping.
Exactly. You're just laying on the bed, but there's no sleep at all. So those are some of the indicators that probably would be telling you that something is amiss, you know, and you probably need to address. You need to talk about it. Yes.
Okay. So when do we pick this, Catherine? Because like we said, people are different. We are not 100% perfect. Like, we can never be perfect, you know? So when do we decide that this is a red flag? Because someone might say, probably they shouted at me when we were out there having coffee, but maybe he was having a bad day, or maybe she was having a bad day. Or maybe they did not answer your text back, or when they answered, it was a different tone. And you're like, maybe they're having a bad day. So when do we decide that, no, this is not just having a bad day, or not in the mood, or stress? This is a red flag that we cannot go on with this relationship. When do we get to that point where we mark it as a red flag?
Okay, thank you, Winnie. At times it can be tricky. However, let me tell you, to be honest enough, most of these red flags start appearing in dating. And because of the love bit of it, I want to assume, it was a bad day for him. However, in the real sense, they are indicators. You know, a red flag warns you. There's a possibility of this happening
again.
Yes. And she has talked of somebody slapping you in public. And this is a boyfriend, or even a girlfriend. That makes you think, this is happening now. What if you are under the same roof? What if you are under the same roof? It might not be slapping you, but how this person treats Maybe you have gone to Java for coffee. How he treats those guys or those waiters,
True.
that is an indicator of
Yeah.
who he is. You know, if he's looking down on somebody, what makes you think? When he might feel you're not at the same level, you be the man to be trodden upon. You know, if it's about the shouting, okay, I might be angry, but I need to separate. Isn't it? Even if I had a bad day, so I should not be displacing my anger to you. And I imagine if somebody shouts and they realize they have done it because it's not them, they'll say, oh, I think I'm nursing what I've just gone through. You know? So they'll be able to bring it out clear. However, when you're dating and you realize, you know, somebody is there, you see it, they harass you, they are there talking, it's all about me, what I'm doing, you know.
It's me, and me.
Exactly. What I'm doing, this is my business, this is what I've bought. You know, that's a very self-centered person. So would you be having a morning star who just swallow you and you
want to talk about themselves over and over again?
So what am I trying to say? There are those which you come out, and most of the couples you work with even later in the relationship, honestly, they own up and tell you, I saw this. But I thought I would be able to change the person. So mostly in courtship, these red flags are there. But now how we respond to them, you know, I might be so much in love or be so much in need of getting married that I would want to ignore even glaring issues.
Or you do not want to make this person angry because they'll go. And then you'll be alone.
And this is something I would really wish the young people, the people who are dating, be very sure of what you want in a relationship. Because if you don't, you'll be assuming, no, it's only today.
Tomorrow maybe it will be a better day, or there will be a better person.
Stop that negotiation. Especially if you see clarity and you realize things are not changing, stop lying to yourself.
Stop lying to yourself.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Know exactly what you want in a relationship.
Yes.
From the word go. And be straightforward with this person.
Don't let the person who you are dating be the one to define what you want.
Oh, yeah. I like
because
that.
if they define, then it will be their relationship, not yours.
Not yours. That's true. That's true. It's on their rules. You know. All right. Okay. So we have a couple of questions here. And something else that one of the counselors some time back, we were talking with, and they said, forget the red flags. We also have pink flags. And we tend to ignore those ones a lot, you know, until they turn red flags, and then you're like, oh, okay, so this is what is happening. We'll talk about that, Jane, in just a moment, but let's answer a few questions here on our WhatsApp number, 0777672230. So this one says, I'm Vincent Dida from Kisumu. The red alert I saw in my girlfriend, she was ever busy, and whenever I gave her a date, she turns me down. Okay, all right, that part. Again, is this dependent on the amount of time? Okay, maybe she just turned him down like once. Do you constitute that as a red flag? Or not?
Well, I would want to first understand. Why? Exactly. Why is the person being turned down? Like, is it an inappropriate time for the person? Like you're trying to call her for coffee and she's not available, or is she also explaining that I'll not be available because of 1, 2, 3? You know, like is the reason understood? Again, back to communication. But there's no way I'm going to be invited for coffee. I'm not giving any explanations.
You're just like, no,
I won't come. That's a red flag. That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Okay. So kind of, in fact, to tie that to one of the red flags is to say that the person doesn't want to come, so she wants to have her way. So the moment you realize that someone in a relationship wants to have their way all the time, then
that's a red flag.
It's time to start thinking if you want to run or if you want to stay.
You want to stay. I like that. Okay. Then we have another question here, Catherine. This one says, hello, I'm Stella from Nairobi. I have been dating this man for a month now. He keeps telling me how he was beating his ex-girlfriend. Okay. And he will be beating me too. Though he has never done it to me. He tells me how his dad was beating his mom, and he thought that was wrong at the beginning, but he realized later that his mom deserved the beatings. since she was always wrong. He always wants to know the people I'm talking to on the phone and does not give me a chance to talk because when I talk, he says I am rude. Please help me. Is this a red flag?
Winnie, I don't know. You know, there are times I say, I don't know to talk of what is hanging in my head. I want to say. No, I don't want to say what is hanging in my head now. I don't mean to be the professional I am. However, this one, if the person is talking of a history of this violence, and is proudly talking about how he does
to
it.
beat his ex, and I'm going to beat you as well.
In fact, he's even communicating, I'll do it on you. What makes you think that the guy is joking? I think, no, there's somebody who is fooling themselves. Allow me to use that word. Because if this is from what is coming out, this is culture for him.
Yeah.
And then, what makes even him think that the mother was wrong? That's why she deserved the beating.
Yeah.
And what makes you think that you not always be the wrong person?
Yeah.
And that bit of being very nosy of who are you talking to, that is somebody who is jealousy.
Yeah.
Controlling. And somebody who can manipulate your life, and you realize you don't have a life.
Yeah.
So it is always good for this lady to ask, is this what I want in this? Especially somebody who will be boxing me.
Yeah.
Do I have
I'll be beating you as well because my mom was beaten.
Allow me to say this. I remember some years ago.
Yeah.
And it's good to pick the indicators. Array enough. I met a former schoolmate when we were in high school many years ago. And when she called me by my name, I realized this is somebody who knew me when we were in high school.
Yeah.
So I looked at her and said, no, the person I knew with these features, it cannot be her.
Yeah.
And then she asked me, are you formerly from this school?
Yeah.
I said, yes. And do you remember? So when she mentioned her first name, I said, I finished the second one.
Yeah.
And I said, from 4H?
Yeah.
Yes. What happened?
Yeah.
This girl had burns. We chopped even the ear and a number of things. In hospital for almost an year. But when we talked, there were indicators all through. You've been beaten and I'm broken. You've been kicked out of the house. You've been embarrassed in front of people. I know I went out for her, out to her, but it was like, why are you not seeing this coming?
These things, yeah.
Did you have to wait for this? And Winnie, I can tell you, that girl was such a beauty. You know, I looked at her and said, when she narrated all this, I said, God, how I wish she only acted.
Yeah.
You know? And because of also the societal, expectations.
Yeah.
You know what? She suffered all through because she didn't have a baby.
Oh,
and what makes you think because I don't have a baby, I might be the problem? Yeah. You could also be the problem as a man.
Yeah.
Because it can be either.
Yeah.
So it's always, when you pick this, even for this one who is proudly telling her how he beat her, my dear, kindly take off.
Yeah.
Can I add an aspect on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think our socialization also brings us to so many other things. In psychology, there is that part of a person trying to look for, like the boy, this guy would be looking for a perfect couple for him to become like the parents. So he becomes the dad.
Yeah.
So in our relationships, and that's why Prima is very, very important, and especially even for understanding the family background.
Oh, yeah.
At this very point, the guy is unconsciously looking for the father in him,
Yeah.
So the father in him is what is playing out, and now wants the mother to be. So then at some point, he's going to actually be beating this girl and also justify that, well, maybe it is not right that I beat you, but I think you deserve it.
You deserved it, yeah.
There's that aspect of people wanting to look, like if you grew up in a very humble home where the mother was humble, more often than not, the man you will get will probably be like your father.
Yeah.
Save for those ones whose fathers were hit by lorries. Yeah, and the same with the girl. She will actually be looking for a man who looks like the dad.
True.
So more often than not, you will see, I'm always looking for a dad in you. And if it's not clear what it is that I want,
Yeah.
then we might actually keep colliding.
Yeah.
So Stella, it's time to wake up and smell the coffee,
Please,
girl.
yeah, please.
Yes.
Especially if he says, yeah, I'm gonna beat you. Because he'll justify, like you're saying, and say,
Yes.
yeah, but you deserved it. You know,
Yes.
it is wrong. I know, because she says, yeah, he realized that it was wrong, but then again later on, she did no. Okay.
Then
all
the
right.
other thing, she even argue because
Yeah.
I've always told you that I'll beat you.
Yeah.
And you allowed yourself
Sinisha
to
kwambia.
come
Be
in.
there.
So when you came in, you are consenting. It is okay.
Okay, Stella, you got your answer. All right. Then someone else says, so Jenny will take this. This one says, hi, ladies. I have a very serious problem. Please help me out. I have a man. We have been dating for 1 year and 2 months now. When we started this relationship, he had a phone, but later it got stolen. So the problem is that a month ago, he bought a new one. And anytime I go to his place, I ask him to help me with his phone. He smiles at me and and goes out, and when he comes back, now he gives it to me. Okay, so when I ask him why he does that, he never takes me seriously. I feel like dumping him. Is that a good idea, or just search for a hard evidence? Please help me.
Wow. I would want to understand.
Yeah.
Why does he leave the house
Yes.
first? Is he
And
trying
then comes
to
back
Yes.
and then gives it to you later.
And
Yeah.
then first you ask for the phone, he smiles.
Yes.
So like, really? Like, you want my phone? You're serious?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so that could also be a red flag. In a sense, to say that maybe she needs to understand why is this guy leaving the house first,
Yeah.
goes out, then
Goes
comes
out, yes,
back.
and then comes back and gives you the phone.
So does he go to tell someone, please don't
Don't
call
call.
now, or don't
Or
text
delete
now,
some,
or
some
delete
messages
some,
from the from
or
the
even
phone.
some call logs
Yeah.
or something? Yeah, so it will be important either to confront.
Yeah.
I don't know how assertive this girl is to be able to confront, maybe in a very good way.
Yeah.
Then an aspect of communication is going to be coming in and ask, anytime I'm asking for your phone, you're first leaving the house and then coming in.
Yeah.
Please, may I understand what
Why?
this is all about? No, if you ask the why, you'll be
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
judgmental. So
Oh,
you
that's
want to
true.
probably
That's true.
say,
Ah.
what makes you leave the house
Yeah.
and then come back? Because
Yeah.
if you say why, that looks like you're already passing judgment. There is something he goes to do.
Yeah.
So probably ask in a good way,
Yeah.
just in a way to understand whatever it is that he goes to do.
Yeah.
But I think for me that would appear like one.
Yeah.
Yes. Or
Well,
maybe the pink one
the
that
pink
you were saying.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, maybe that's a pink flag.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And then another, no, this is more of a comment. Says, hi, I'm Alex from Kericho. I have always been watching the show, and I learned a lot from you guys. You all look good. Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you.
And then another one says, hello. It is Vincent from Langat. Just asking, how will you know that you are in a wrong relationship? Catherine, you want to take that? How do you know that this is not? And remember, like you said earlier on, it's relative, you know? The ideal type of relationship is dependent on what person needs.
Yeah, I think for us to know, or for one to know that they're in a wrong relationship, the core thing or the baseline is it meeting what I'm looking for in a relationship? So if it is not, then it's not the healthy one for you.
Yeah.
Because it is you
Who knows
who
what
knows
you want
exactly
from
what
that
you're looking for.
relationship, yeah.
And I think one of the key things we need to have, even as we are dating or going out to a relationship, looking for a relationship, first define what
Okay.
you want. You know,
Yeah.
have your definition before you go to another person or you engage another person.
Yeah.
Because that is what you'll be determining whether you are, am I achieving what I'm looking
What
for?
I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
because without
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
if I give a prescription, it will be
Must
mine.
be this, must be that,
Yeah,
must
it will
be
be
this.
mine.
No.
It will not be. It will not be Vincent. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's always good for him to be aware of
what he
What he
wants
wants
in
in
a
a
relationship.
relationship.
Okay. And what you're willing to compromise and what you're not willing to
Exactly.
compromise. I like that. Okay. So this one says, this is more of a comment, says, yes, we often see the red flags, but the phrase, tafuta wako uvumilie, we hear that a lot. Yes. Makes us stick around. You might leave and get yourself a worse relationship. And that is one thing okay, that so many people say, yeah, afadhali ume najua, you know, better the devil you know than the angel you do not know.
Yes.
So people say, so how often will you be hoping from one relationship to the other, hoping to get a perfect person, but really, hii pati ya tafuta wako uvumilie. No. Jen, what do you have to say to that comment? Tafuta wako uvumilie. Because so many people are suffering from the same, you know, because they had to stick around. Yeah.
You see, at the end of the day, it ends up not being the right relationship.
Yeah.
You know, tafuta wako uvumilie.
Hiyo pati ya kuvumilia
Hadi
kwanza.
when, you know. Of course, I'm not advocating for divorce and separation and anything, but you're trying to probably meet the emotional, you know, the emotional part of this person. Because again, if you're not happy, so why are you there? If this person keeps monopolizing you and monopolizing the relationship, he's actually controlling or she's actually controlling. So what are you living there for? You know, you would want to probably look at a situation whereby at least you meet the basic minimum. You know, there's that aspect of you having been satisfied in one way or another. Probably it can be some work in progress, yes, but you're also getting whatever it is that you want. Remember what we are saying. It should actually not be egocentric, but it should actually be centered to you. What is it that I want in a relationship? And that's what I go out to look for. If I want a guy who is outgoing, who is maybe humorous, that's exactly what I'll be looking for. So the moment I find a guy who is dull, it's a no for me.
It's a no,
You know, I mean,
be upfront about it.
Go for what you want and get it. When you get it, then probably keep it and see how you're able to kuvumilia sasa.
I like that. All right, and then Catherine, this one says, hello, my name is David. From Kikuyu. I'm in a relationship with a girl we studied with in the same school. We kept our relationship a secret. Now we are out of school, but my girlfriend continues to keep the relationship a secret. In communication, she does not communicate as I expect. That is, she sends short messages. Please help. Red flag or not?
I will not really say that it's a red flag because even if they have stayed for that long, okay, they kept it a relationship when they were students. Now that they are no longer students, maybe he needs to seek to understand from this girl what makes her not want to identify with him. Is there something she still feels, I'm not yet sure if this is what I want. So before he decides, the best thing is first to talk with your partner. Talk with this girlfriend and ask her, what is it about me, which you're not comfortable with, that you don't want people to know that I'm your boyfriend. And you never know. Maybe it's something she feels. I don't think I'm very sure about this characteristic or the you know. And with that understanding, maybe if it's something he can work on, that's something they will be able to resolve. However, if it continues and it's like you want to keep it secret, could there be another person in the background who I would not want to know? That's why I want this kept a secret. So it's not about them discussing. Communicating and openly revealing what you feel about the other party.
Okay, and then this one says, and Jen, this is for you, says, hi, I am Vivian from Lower Kabete, and I'm loving the talk so much. Well, I encountered the red flags a year ago. This thing is, what happens when you encounter red flags like being ignored and feeling rejected? Should one step out of the relationship? Because once I ask him what's wrong, he'd just say nothing. What should I do?
A tricky situation right there.
Do you leave? Do you stay?
Exactly. You know, you're not so sure of what it is that you want. But again, what we recommend to do is to talk. But then this guy seems like niko sawa, you know, and probably you can even read an attitude. You know, there's an attitude right there. So it will be important for this girl to probably go back to the drawing board and ask, is this what it is that I want? This is just a relationship. What if it was a lifetime commitment? If this person can probably keep quiet on you, trying to ask anasema ako sawa, you really, like seriously, is that what I would want? Because actually one of the other things, I know these red flags are coming in as we are saying it, because one of the other things that probably should appear like a red flag is when you have nothing to talk about. Like mumeka, hamna material, there's nothing in common. So you're just there, okay, if it's taking a cup of tea, yani hauna vibe.
Yeah.
If you have
Ama
nothing to
mnaongea
talk
story
about,
inaisha mnaangaliana.
exactly, materials zimeisha.
You start thinking, okay, what else should we talk about?
Ama, what
Talk
which
about the
topic now?
weather.
Eh?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so if you have nothing to talk about, because
Yeah.
for me, I believe in a relationship that starts with a friendship.
Yeah.
Like if you're married or if you're boy-girlfriend relationship, you're actually friends at first.
first, yeah.
Like you can joke and say things before you even become wife and husband.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So if there's nothing to talk about, I mean, which friend doesn't have something to say?
Yeah.
Which one? You know? So it is important for you to know. Did you call her Vivian?
Yes.
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 So Vivian needs to understand what is it with this guy that every time I ask, he pulls that attitude of hakuna. Kuna kitu.
Kuna kitu.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, she wouldn't be feeling what she's feeling.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
And we also say that one of the red flags is when you start feeling sad in a relationship. If you feel sad in a relationship,
Yeah.
you're not feeling happy, there's something wrong. So you need to probably know, how do I go about this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We need to take a very short break, but
Yes.
allow me to read this.
Yes.
Hilarious, and then we'll answer. Catherine, you'll answer this after the break. Says, I'm Kevin from Ngong. I had a relationship that broke because of her mom. She said that her daughter's career was bigger than mine. So he's asking, was she right to leave? We'll answer that after this break. Keep sending in your questions on 0777672230. That is our WhatsApp number. Or use our SMS line 40920. Or better yet, just give us a call. We also want to hear your voice. So give us a call on 0791478990. And we look forward to hear what you have to say as far as identifying red flags in a relationship is concerned. Stay with us. Welcome back. Glad you're still with us. Really, really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for sticking with us. This is New Day on Feel Good Friday. Yeah, it's a lot of music, but also a lot of fun, okay, with a discussion today. And that is as far as identifying red flags in a relationship. Because like I said earlier on when we started the show, we hear this word over and over and over and over and over again, okay? Red flags in a relationship. Sometimes we ignore them. Sometimes we hope that this person will change and they don't. And then we end up saying, I wish I knew, okay? So today we want to identify some of these red flags. And the big question is then, what do you do? Okay, once you notice or once you identify these red flags, do you leave? Do you stay? What do you do? Do you communicate? Okay, so if you have a question, feel free to send it on our WhatsApp number, 0777672230. Use our SMS line, 40920 as well. Or give us a call. We want to hear your voice, okay? So give us a call on 0791478990, and we are here with these lovely ladies, counselors in studio to help us understand more about red flags in a relationship. So, Catherine, remember that question? Eh? The mama said, my daughter's career is bigger than yours. And then the lady left. Was she right to leave?
Allow me not to be judged.
Okay.
To say whether she was right or
Or
wrong.
not, yeah.
However, my question to her would be, was it about your career or was it about a partner you have found, you loved, and you'd really have really wish to be with him? Because genuinely, if you love that person, it's not about your career or your money. It's about the person you love.
You love.
Yeah, so I think for her, I don't know to be judgmental. However, I don't think she was really fully, she had not given herself fully to the relationship.
Yeah.
Because how, Winnie, how would I allow my mother to be the one to
decide
dictate
what is best for
what,
me?
you know, the person I'm going to marry? And it's not because we are not compatible or we have our own issues. Because of my career, no.
Utavuta mtoto wangu chini wewe.
You know, and also this girl needs to know what she wants.
Yeah.
I've seen people grow, even from different, one partner is in a very humble, you know, a career.
Yeah.
And they grow with each
Together.
other.
Yes.
And they
Support.
enjoy their companionship and friendship. So it's all about being fulfilled in a relationship.
Yeah. Or maybe she wanted out, but sasa hakuwa anajua how. You know how, yani mtu ni mzuri, you just don't know how to you do not want to break their heart. Alafu mama alikuja akasema, wewe, my daughter's career is better than yours. Alafu daughter akaona, yes, thank you, Lord. Bye. Again, what Catherine is saying, know what you want in a relationship. And if it's not working, then do not waste each other's time. Okay? Hiya. This one says, I am Victor from Vihiga and my girlfriend acts weird nowadays. Whereby she rarely calls me and is slow to reply my texts. Is that a red flag, Jean? I think it's him.
Again, back to the guy himself,
Yeah.
does he also call? Because it's one way to be called, and it's also another to return a call.
Yeah.
Because in counseling, we really insist on personal responsibility. Before we probably even bring in the other person, and probably want to also blame them, we would want to first understand you as a person. If you write and doesn't reply, do you probably also write again to ask? Do you also call to follow? Maybe she was busy, or something was happening, and that's why she wouldn't probably have answered your calls. So it will be important for you to probably just ensure that on your part, you cannot be blamed. Like, you cannot say that I have not tried. So that then, from the other side, if she doesn't, then please want to understand. You want to understand why is it that it is happening. That I've written a text in the morning, I've written at 10 o'clock, at 1 o'clock, at 4.
At night,
nothing. No reply.
Yeah.
You want to tell me you've not held the phone the whole day?
To just call and understand.
Exactly.
Why.
Yeah. So you want to understand.
Yeah.
And that way.
Yeah.
It could be a red flag, yes.
Yeah.
But it is important to first understand why is it happening.
Don't just jump into a conclusion
Yes.
that, I have texted like 5 times in a day.
Yes.
And she has maybe she's lost her phone.
Exactly.
You know? Or
Anything
maybe she
is
forgot
possible.
it in the house. So, yeah, okay. And then this one says, Catherine, this one is for you. Says, my man always shows me his texts with other women and then tells me he has nothing to hide. But they always seem like they are flirting. Yani ile kuzuia noma, you know. Because me, if I hold your phone, I might find that you're flirting with other women. So to avoid that, unanionyesha, shika, si unaona yetu tunaongea, alafu hiyo story.
But there's nothing.
But there's nothing.
Is somebody getting manipulated?
I feel like
that is
getting
manipulation.
Yes.
Because why do you want to show me so that you can justify what you're doing, and I not maybe reacting or acting on it? It's like for you, it's a consent.
Yeah.
To continue doing what you're doing. That she needs to confront that. She needs to confront that behavior.
Yeah.
Because somebody is quietly sending a message and waiting for your observation or reaction. And then from there, they will know how to go about it.
Yeah.
So the earlier you confront it, the better.
The better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is a red flag. You be headed somewhere, you might now get a relationship. Somebody is already in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lakini si atasema, lakini si nilikuwa nakuonyesha. See, I have nothing to hide. See, I'm showing you everything. No. All right. And then someone else says, I am Asha, married for 3 years and months. We have 1 kid. This guy is very rude and narcissist, to say. He is never concerned and leaves for a journey for 5 days and never calls to ask how we're doing. He does not communicate when I approach him over the issue. He ignores or even blames me and makes me look like I'm the one on the wrong, or like I'm the wrong person. He can keep quiet for 1 month. Okay. Just tired of him, and I feel that I just quit because this is a behavior and it will never change. But then I fear the society and lived hoping things change. I went to counseling for 3 times, but I think I never met the right person. Kindly advise, Jane. Yeah, this is a lot. I mean, there's a child, it's a lot. What do you have to say?
Wow. That's a tricky situation. I mean, you go for a month.
Yeah.
You're not saying you arrived. You're not saying you're okay.
Don't even call
You don't even
to find
call.
out how the family is doing. You
Yes.
know?
Something is wrong.
Yeah.
And again, I said we'll be unveiling them as we go.
Yeah.
So this person has really acted so seriously to ensure that he shatters your self-esteem.
Yeah.
And the moment your self-esteem is shattered in a relationship, it's time to think twice.
Yeah.
You know, like you want to look at it from a perspective whereby you're saying, this person makes me feel very down. This person makes me feel like I am not worthy. You know, he manipulates you in such a way that he even makes you feel like you're the guilty one.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
That's actually a red flag.
A red flag.
One of the things that make people stay is probably what she's saying, the societal expectations. But again, you want to ask yourself, so are you married for the society or for yourself?
Yeah.
There's a kid here who is also involved. So what happens? So suppose this guy doesn't probably even talk to you, doesn't give you peace. And we said, from right when we were introducing that a relationship is supposed to make you feel good. You know,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be happy.
Be
You're supposed to be
safe.
stress-free,
Yeah.
be safe, you know, feel safe. So what is the safety of this relationship?
Yeah.
Why is the happiness of this relationship? I mean, there are many, many things that probably Asha needs to think twice about that relationship.
About the relationship.
Yep.
And the big question, and I'm sure this is not Ash's. I mean, Ash is not
The only one.
The only one in this position. So many people, and most of the time you'd find that in some relationship they can be really abusive. Like this person beats you every single day, you know. But you're defending this person and saying, yeah, maybe I'm the one on the wrong, or maybe I provoked him, or maybe I did not do what they expected me to do. So it's mostly my fault. And like she says, this person is a narcissist, you know, and all those things. So it's very difficult for people to decide what to do. Do you leave? Do you stay? Do you give him a chance? Because how she says, me, I've been to counseling for 3 months, so it's like I'm done, you know.
You know what
with
happens,
this.
We're actually going back to the drawing board. What was the essence of you being married?
Yeah.
You needed happiness. You wanted a good family.
Yeah.
So is it meeting this threshold?
Yeah.
You know, are you there anywhere near what it is that you expected? If it's not, I mean, it's time to leave.
Yeah.
If it was not meant to be, it will never be.
It will never be,
You know, and as much as you would probably want to pamper it, it might get, stress will kill you. Before stress kills you, kill the stress.
Yeah. Kill the stress. Okay. I
Allow me
like
to
that.
say this,
Yes.
Winnie,
Yeah.
especially in the issue of domestic violence. Go to researches. One thing which is very clear is that when somebody is abusive, it doesn't decrease, it only intensifies.
Yeah.
So are you going to sit down there and wait for your own destruction just because of the society? I like putting it very clear
Yeah.
that allow the society to think what they would want to think,
They always think
or
anyway.
say what they would want to say exactly, because it is you who knows where your
Yeah.
shoe bites.
True.
And incidentally, you suffer in the same relationship and you lose a rib or even go through a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
There will still be the society saying, what was she thinking?
Yeah.
Kwa
The
nini
same
haku-
society that you thought
Exactly.
expects you to stay
So,
there will point fingers. Yeah.
especially in domestic violence, don't wait for yourself to be killed. And we have seen nowadays, especially with the issues of mental health. Maybe something we know, well, for people who are living together, if you realize that person have started becoming aggressive and they were not, please, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
If they have started becoming, like using substances heavily,
And
that's
they
a
were
red,
not.
this is a
red
sign
flag. Yeah.
there is trouble somewhere.
Yeah.
And with what we are seeing nowadays with the issues of mental health, one needs to be very careful.
Yeah.
So that you don't waste time there and you find yourself butchered together with your children.
Yeah.
You see?
Because we hear a lot of those cases.
Yeah,
on the
so
news,
some
and
of
it's
these
just sad,
things,
yeah.
and also, there's that part of the society, it's like, no, let me stay a bit so that I will not look like I'm the bad one.
Yeah. Or the person will have a way to say, yeah, but see, they left.
Or
you
because
know?
I'm a
they did not
Christian.
give us a chance.
Yeah, or because I'm a Christian,
Yeah.
what would my Christian friends or the church say?
Say.
Let me tell you, even if you are separated, God does not hate divorced people. What is hated is divorce, but would rather be in heaven,
Yeah.
even if you are divorced,
Yeah.
rather not even see it because you died a bitter person.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
a
like
bitter,
that.
angry
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so allow yourself to examine the whole situation. Be very real with yourself,
Yeah.
and especially the inner you, and sort it out with your maker. Yeah, because I've had Christian families where somebody said, they come, especially like in the era of HIV. Somebody was told, even by the mchungaji, fumilia,
Yeah.
and what was the next thing? They tested positive.
Positive, yeah.
And my question has been, if they come to me when they are positive, and I was telling them to wait, nitawaambia nini?
Yeah.
You know, it's good to allow that other person to make that decision.
That decision, yeah.
Because
And not-
it's them
yeah.
who is in a situation.
Yeah, and they know and they know the situation as it is as compared to the society. You know, as we're just watching from the from the fence, we're not there, so we don't really know what is happening there. Okay, and then someone else says, Jen, this is for you. Says, hello there, I'm loving the show. I'm watching from Kembu. So I've been in a relationship for 2 years and a half now, but it's kind of a long distance relationship, but not because the distance between. Wait, is that long? But because when we plan to meet, he always comes up with an excuse and we end up not meeting. And then continues to say that other times, hata huwa asemi hata patikana, so I end up getting disappointed. Actually, it's been a year since we met. Hiya, okay. So another thing, our communication is so poor. So whenever he does something wrong to me, he ghosts me. And then later on, act like nothing happened. And I feel like we have nothing serious to talk about apart from sex talk. Is this a red flag? Long distance, but it's kind of long, but then it's not too long. It's the communication that makes it.
I like that aspect.
Yeah.
That girl can really play around with
with
words. Yeah, but I mean, telltale signs.
Yeah.
If someone is trying to avoid you,
Yeah.
what is there? Why doesn't this guy want to meet you? Like you plan,
Yeah.
you're in Kiambu. I want to believe the guy is also in Kiambu because she's saying about a long relationship,
But it's not long.
It's not long. So I want to imagine that the guy is also within maybe the vicinity.
Yeah.
But what is it that makes him avoid her? That is something that she may want to understand. Two, I mentioned earlier, if you have nothing to talk about,
Yeah.
then that's a relationship
red
that is,
flag. Yeah.
that's a red flag.
Yeah.
If you can't talk about anything, and the only one thing that you talk about is, she said, what
Sex
language?
talk.
Exactly. That's the only
That's
thing.
the only thing they
That's
talk
the only
about.
thing that they can talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all that the guy wants in that very moment, or even the girl at that very moment. And after that, maybe they have nothing in common to talk about.
Yeah.
So it is important. And you see, that kind of a relationship will make you feel bad about yourself. You know,
Yeah.
your self-esteem goes. You have no, you have nothing to take home
Yeah.
about this relationship.
Yeah.
So clearly,
There's something. There's
yes,
something going
yep,
on there.
she needs to
Yeah.
probably address and become assertive. What is it that she wants? Because it can't take you a year
Yeah.
to meet a girlfriend,
Yeah.
a boyfriend whom you're just very close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because I'm trying to think, so voice it out, right? And say, you're not okay with this. What is happening? Can we have a discussion? But this person is ghosting her, you know? So she's like, now, even if I'm trying to look for you, so where will I even meet you so that we can have,
This kind of a talk.
this conversation? Do you know his place? You just go there. Anyway, it's a lot.
Yeah, would you want to probably write a long message that,
yeah.
that probably explains?
Yeah.
So does he even read?
Yeah.
How sure are you that he didn't even block you?
Yeah.
You know,
That's the
it's
thing.
a catch-24
It's
situation.
a catch-24 situation, that's true. Okay, so Catherine, for you, and let me read because these are pretty short ones, so two of them so that you can answer them together. So this one says, I'm Kevma from Thika. My girl is always against meetups. Is that a red flag? Because she keeps saying she likes being alone. Okay, that's question one. Question two says, hello, Ebri TV. I'm Bonke Reinhard Ojwang from Ugunja. Can personality behaviors like men chauvinism and manhood grows and eventually matures to a red flag? Chauvinism, yeah. Can that finally be like a red flag in a relationship? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Let me start
Yeah.
with the one from Dika.
Yeah.
The one who's saying the girlfriend always says
She likes being alone.
Then why were you looking for a relationship? That's my question in the first place, because if you're at home and at peace with yourself, with me, then you need to be on your own.
alone.
So kindly let go of the other guy and let them enjoy. Like, because I imagine he was looking for a relationship because you'd want somebody they can.
Companionship, you know,
Exactly.
yeah.
But that refusing to meet because I want to be alone, then if not
Red
that,
flag.
what are you hiding?
Yeah.
And you're on the right.
Leave it at that.
Yeah, let's
okay.
leave it there.
All right. Chauvinism again. And,
The
and,
male
and-
chauvinism, that's pride.
Yeah. Can it
Basically
grow
pride.
into a red flag?
It can. It can. And as I think this came either from from my therapist that if the attitude initially, and as you start meeting, that will tell you
Yeah.
if that somebody has respect for you and even for people around. So if you realize with this, the quote of the male chauvinism that this is a person who is full of themselves.
Yes.
So how will they treat you?
Yeah.
And if you realize that's where somebody is hiding,
Yeah.
kindly,
Yeah.
don't allow somebody to bring you down.
Don't.
Or,
Don't.
touch
Yeah.
your self-worth
Yeah.
and make you feel like you're
You're
dormant.
nothing.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Okay. And then we have like a minute, actually like seconds to go before we're kicked out of the studio. So let's finish with this, Jen.
Yes,
This one says, hi, Ebru. I'm Millie, tuned in from Siaya. Talking of red flags, I have been in a relationship for 6 years, but the guy was dating different ladies at a go. Hiya. I moved in with him, hoping he would change. But up to now, he is still contacting and texting them and wants me to believe that he has nothing to do with them. He tells me he broke up, but as for I get hurt whenever they text or call. Should I say these are red flags I ignored? 6 years.
Many red flags.
Many.
Standing like this, you know?
Okay.
And especially when it comes to someone dating other girls
Yeah.
or other women or even other men, that's a big one. Because then the next moment, if care is not exercised,
Yeah.
many things will come in.
Yeah.
We are still in the era of HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
I mean, they are sexually transmitted diseases. You know, and of course the self-esteem also, because the moment you realize that someone is actually like, you know, like double dealing and everything,
Yeah.
it might never go. It might never go. So it will be important to probably address it with him. If it's not addressable, then
Yeah. I think she's at a crossroad where I've been with this guy for 6 years, moved in with him, and then he's still talking to this other girl. So should I leave? But nikiacha, 6 years wasted, and then still talking to this guy's. Yeah.
the choice is actually hers.
Yeah. You have to.
The choice is
choose.
hers,
Yeah.
because we are saying probably from the word go, then she needs to go back to where did she start,
Yeah.
what was her expectation of this relationship.
Okay.
So why is it a problem now? If you moved in with him and
Yeah.
you knew probably all these things,
All
so
those things. Okay.
what
All
what
right.
is the difference?
Yeah.
So what has changed? So
Yeah.
if the waters have changed, please look at it
You
from that
gotta do it.
perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. And we have to end the show right now. We literally been chased out of the studio. Thank you very much to both of you.
you're
It has
welcome.
been an insightful show.
Yes.
And of course, thank you very much as well for staying with us. Thank you very much for all the questions. I believe that you have been answered to your satisfaction. So my name is Winnie Lubembe on behalf of these two lovely ladies, counselors on set today, and a big team behind us who put together this show. We wish you a lovely day ahead. I'll see you in the next few minutes for Ebru News 1 p.m. But until then, God bless and enjoy your weekend. Goodbye.